think good morning, ma'am.
So can you get my voice properly?
I'm getting your voice, but some another voice, vehicle voice or
Yes. So give me 2 minutes. I will change my space. Then
okay,
we
okay,
continue.
okay, okay.
Okay. Please introduce yourself a little bit.
Of course, first of all, thank you for giving me this wonderful opportunity to tell about myself. As you know, my name is Sarvesh Kumar, and if I tell about myself, if I talk about my qualifications, so I have done my graduation, and after that, I am preparing for government job. So that's all about me.
You are fond of music. So which is your favorite song?
Uh, uh, you can say my favorite song is Bollywood song, 1990.
I stay in Prayagraj city. So
Mm-hmm.
Kumbh is around the corner. Kumbh is
Not
around the
around the
corner.
corner, you can
But I
say Mahakumbh is, you can say it's going on because people, they have started to come here, and I think, yeah, yeah,
okay.
and
Okay. So
I
what
go to
type of
Delhi,
preparation?
I go to Delhi there just because of enjoy, and I enjoy. Yesterday I went there and I enjoyed a lot with myself and my friend, as well my friend, because they we were just roaming here and here, and I enjoyed a lot because it was you can say a lot of crowded there, so just I went there for a fun.
Okay. Okay. So what type of preparation are going on there?
Yeah, just if I talk about so the whole city, the entire city, it was getting decorated by the government. So nowadays you can see whole city, and if I talk about rivers, so everything about rivers. Here it's met like three rivers, they met here and called Prayagraj Sangam, like Ganga, Yamuna, Saraswati. And if I talk about like a religious place, so like a Hanuman Mandir, so it is a very famous for in Prayagraj city, and as well uh, more than two or three park like this, just like Chandrasekhar Park, Nehru Park, and as well another park, but I'm unable to recall that park. So if I talk about tour place, so it is a tour place, and if I talk about so it is as well educational place because almost if I talk about every state student they come here just because they are education, and you can say it's a very costly city. mm.
Yeah. So my second question, not question, I am just asking to you. Today is hard work, means tomorrow we get success. So are you agree with this opinion or you are not agree?
I'm agree. I'm totally agree because today whatever I am doing, I will do tomorrow. Maybe you can say then I will get definitely because it's a you can say journey. We are like enjoying our life and we are like you can say doing our work. Like to be honest, I'm telling you, if you have honesty, and you are doing hard work, so definitely a day will come. That day you will praise yourself. Everything is possible, and I think it's a true. As you sow, so shall you reap.
Okay.
Mm.
Okay, so to scenario quite change. Someone looks by your color, someone looks by your clothes, your wealth. So are you agree or not? If you agree, so please give some, a couple of example.
Yeah, I'm not totally agree, but I think no one I think it is not it is not good thing without like knowing him or her. It's judge, don't judge anyone without knowing. And if I talk about color or class, so it is not good thing. First, we should know about him or her. And yeah, and if I talk about wealthy, so we should do something our life in our life. Otherwise, what will you do? What will you do? We do, in our life. So I'm not totally agree, but I think we should do different like other. We should like do any job. We should prepare something. We should learning something. You should learn. Then we will get a lot of things like fame. Almost people they want to do something just because they are fame. And they want to do this. They are something their life just because they are goal. Just like you can say passion or like this.
Okay. So, I would love to know about your childhood journey, which is your English is good. So, what was your medium? It was English medium, it was Hindi medium, and share a little bit about your childhood journey with me.
Hmm, yes, if I talk about my whole education so far, now still I'm like preparing for earlier I mentioned like I'm preparing for government lawyer. So still my whole syllabus in Hindi language, you can say.
Okay.
you know so yeah, if I talk about my childhood then, so I wanted a lot of things, that time, and I had three wishes, you can say. And my first one is I wanted to purchase mobile, like a smart mobile, because I heard about like iPhone or like smart like phone. And but at that time I couldn't, just because that there you can say I had no money, and my father, he was farmer, you can say he's a farmer. So that's why I couldn't afford that like a costly mobile, and you can say expensive mobile. And my second one is I wanted to purchase a car, like a good car, like like Fortuner, like Fortuner, and
Yes,
just
yes.
yeah, Fortuner. And my third one is I wanted to learn language, just because I used to listen, when my father, like grandfather, he started listening in evening time, so like news, like transistor. Yeah, so that time, like 7 o'clock. So I used to listen with him. And then but I wanted to I wanted to learn language, that time, but I couldn't, just because I was not habitual to speaking language, just I used to listen, I used to read like English and Hindi, both books, because I was not aware so much about English language. If you speak, then you will learn, so I didn't, I couldn't learn English language. But I wanted, when, if I talk about my journey, so it was quite well. And when I was like doing my graduation, or you can say law, so that time, uh, you can say I was about to, about English language, because almost people, if I talk about city areas, so they knew how to speak in language, but they are not habitual to speak in language, because they don't speak, just they speak in their native language. I don't know like their native language. If I talk about me, so my native language Hindi. So I was habitual to speak, but I wanted, And when I came here in Prayagraj city, earlier I have mentioned, I think or not, but when I came here in Prayagraj city, so I got a chance to learning language, because I had a friend, and that time when when I joined my coaching, like law coaching, related to like UPPCSJ. So that time I had a friend, so he knew, because whole his education was, you can say, going on English medium student. So he was like he was very intelligent. So he told me, Sarvesh, it is not enough for to like reading books or listening or like a conversation podcast video. You can't speak. You couldn't speak. Then he told me, he guided me that time. Then I thought, oh my God, it is not good for me. I couldn't learning language. Then I thought, okay, so he told me everything. Speak as much as possible, and if you have time, so you can memorize it, like all these things. Whatever you will do tomorrow, whatever you have done yesterday, whatever you are doing like this, your daily routine, you can take any topic like this. So he told me everything. Then I started, you can say, speaking part, and I got a thrill when I got a chance to speak on Skype group, and there I had more than 400 members people, they all are co-learners. Then I started to talking to them, that's how I improved my spoken language.
Your door. Okay. So nowadays you are learning English, you are speaking well. So you also learn new vocabs.
Yeah, you can say nowadays I'm just focusing my pronunciation. I know I make mistake, I commit mistakes sometimes, just because of my I influenced by my native language. I if I talk about nowadays, so I used to, you can say, I'm talking you this time. My whole family members in the language, my like colleague, my friends. I have a lot of friends nowadays. So I always talk to them in Hindi language, because they don't know how to speak language. So sometimes I get stuck. So sometimes I make mistake, or I commit mistakes, just because I'm habitual to speak. So far I'm habitual to speak in Hindi language, because this is my native language. So I can't forgive. I can't forgive. Why should I forgive like that Hindi language? And this, because it is my native mother tongue. So that's, so sometimes I make mistake. I don't know why. And you can say lacking of knowledge, lacking of knowledge.
It's happened with everyone because I am also like you. I am also beginner. I am also learn new things. But during the conversation, I forget so many things. I forget how to ask question, how I give reply. So it's happened with everyone. It's part of learning. And can you share two or three new words which you recently learned from other co-learners, from books?
You can say like I'm going to explain my thought. You can say I'm going to recite my thought. You can say like, I'm going to recite. First one is like recite. No? And I think you know everything about first one, second one, like simultaneously. Simultaneously. And third one, I have a lot of words. Sometime earlier I have mentioned everything. Sometime I get tested. So let it be.
Okay, no worries. So if you want to if you have any query, if you have any questions, so pick up your pen.
Yeah, I have a lot of questions. So first, my first question is for you. So that tell me, what do you think about like outside food or inside food? Because people they are having a lot of things now. They are getting they are getting like a sick. They are having a lot of problem related to body and just their mind. So what do you think about like outside food or inside food?
It's depend on our psychology. We face different type of people in our life, different opinion. You not pressurized for anyone. You thought like this. You think like me. Different people, different mindset, different opinion. You can't bound anyone. It depend on atmosphere, what type they live. So they set their mind like that.
Okay.
And mhm.
Mm, okay, sorry for interrupted you, but I think if I talk about like outside food, so I think it is not for good for our health. We should avoid outside food. I heard about it. Like if I talk about earlier, I mentioned about my friend. So nowadays still he's having a lot of problems just because of his body. Because before you can say 3 months, he had like eaten food, like outside food. So that's why nowadays he is having a lot of problem.
Sorry for interrupting you. I'm not getting your question. You want to ask outside food or inside food?
Yeah. I was
Okay.
okay.
Sorry, my bad. So yeah, if we eat junk food, so it's not good for our health because they use so
Mm,
many chemicals and they pack in a very attractive way. So especially children attractive so many times and they become ill because it's not healthy food. And even if we purchase vegetables, so nowadays vegetable seller also use different type of color, green color, especially green color. They used green color for showing green vegetable like
mhm.
okra, like purple, they use green color. So they look wise, they looking fresh 3 or 4 days. And we purchased when we wash, so green color release so many times. And we use so different type of urea, different type of khad for growing our vegetables. So it's also harmful
Yeah.
because earlier I also belong to a farmer family. So my father used homemade, urea, khad. But nowadays, different type of chemical are available, and vegetable grown up very soon. So any condition, junk food is not good for health. And yeah, whenever we also sometimes be fed up during the cooking and day to day drudgery, so we prefer outside food, but it's not good for health. And yeah, if you eat 1 month any junk food, so cancer, mm, I don't know how I can say, bacteria released whole body. One doctor said to me, if you eat 1 month any junk food, so many type of bacteria develop in your body. So we are aware, but we are habitual. I'm also sometimes prefer outside food, but if possible, so please deny that kind of food.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. We should take healthy food nowadays because here, everything, everything, everywhere you can find like healthy food, like greenery food earlier you mentioned, and we should avoid all those things like outside food, like chow mein and pasta, like this thing. And but nowadays people they are like having a lot like this thing, just they are taking their lunch, just pizza, burger, and Maggie like this thing. So that's why they are having a lot of problem. Just I was having before 2 or 3 months, in I got a sick, and I think earlier I have mentioned everything. Just I was taking outside food. I was having, and if I talk about my lunch, so that time I was having, you can say, taking samosa, like yeah, risol, you can say risol, like, and Maggi or
We
pasta.
saw because we are Indian and we know Hindi name, so you can use samosa and jalebi. No need to use English word. Even the foreigner came in our country, so they are samosa. They not want resolve.
Yeah. Yeah, so I was saying, but nowadays I'm just avoiding. Nowadays I'm taking healthy food, you can say. So nowadays I'm looking like so, like you can confident, and my whole body is looking like so energetic. So I can communicate with anyone. If I talk about Hindi or English, it doesn't matter because and I have a good confidence nowadays. So I don't think much more than I'm nowadays I'm avoiding all those things whatever I have done in my past. So nowadays I just am taking like healthy food. Earlier you have mentioned everything. And yeah, we should usually we should avoid like alcohol consume, like almost people they are like getting addicted, like those things, like xylem, wine and smoking, a lot of, and almost if I talk about teenager nowadays, they are like distracted just because they are like phone, just they are always nowadays they are like playing cricket, like ludo or free fire, and you can say they are addicted. How can I say like they are addicted? They are getting addicted or they are addicted.
They are addicted. Mostly people are they alcohol, smoking, tobacco, and so many available in our surrounding area. So, and a small people, I also noticed they collect some garbage and they put one hanky and they, I think slochen.
Yes, yes.
It's I noticed in our area also. Thank you for giving me your precious and valuable time for me, and it was nice conversation with you.
Thank you, ma'am. Same to you, and I'm glad of you received my message, and thank you for giving me your wonderful, your like golden time.